Welcome back everyone to another technical analysis, and today we are taking a look at Cosmos coin. Recently we had a nice downward movement, and ideally from this point we would have looked, or we still are actually looking for the fill of fair value gaps here, and then a rejection from here, and basically a movement back closer to this major support zone. But we might not see it actually, because let me quickly draw a few lines here, the most important ones. Yeah, this will do here. So, as we had this huge upward movement, it was like 20%, 25%, I think. And for a coin, it is a lot, like 30, much more than 25%. So, we had a nice movement to upper zones, formed a CME gap here, the bearish one, also went in the overbought zones with the RSI. And since then, of course, the most logical movement would be just to correct, fill the CME gap, and move the RSI back to the inside, like the, how do you say it in English? The sideways channel. Sometimes I forget the English, I don't know why though. So, this zone here would be the break of structure, so BOS, break of structure area for us, and this would be also an entry for our short position if we would see an ideal opportunity. And ideal opportunity would be, of course, forming a break structure here after filling those zones. Now, the other thing is, if we see the further movement to the upper zones and buyers will actually maintain this dominance, then there is a huge opportunity for this coin to shoot just way higher. Because if we would test the upper zones here and we see that these daily timeframes 200 EMA will be broken and secured by the buyers, then of course price can go parabolic just as it went in December. So two things that can happen. As of now, price seems to go for the bullish overtake, which is a logic movement to fill the fair value gap zones on the smaller timeframes. And this is the main fair value gap area here. Now, if we see rejection, we are going to enter into the short position in this area, which is 4.84, let's call it. And if we see any way that buyers will take dominance in this region here, so let's put it into the pink area like this. So if we see that buyers will retest or even try to overtake this area, then of course it would be another retest to these daily timeframes, and most likely we'll go to break this area and just move towards those zones here. So this liquidity grab area here, putting it into the orange colors, this one here and this one here. So 6.4, 7.2 and 7.72 zones. In this case, if we would go for a long position, the stop loss should be pretty tight, closer to the 200 EMA, slightly below, so we see the breakout attempt here. Stop loss has to be somewhere here. So let's call it area in the previous CMA gap, so the bearish one. So that's it for the Cosmos coin. There's nothing much more to talk about. This coin is way too undervalued, in our personal opinion. We still have a huge potential to at least move towards $15, which would be 165% of market price movement. But meanwhile, we are looking just for this $7.75 movement. Or if we see a rejection here, and a proper breakout structure in this area, then of course we are going to enter into the short positions from here. So as always, thank you for watching this video and see you in the next one.